Okay, hi everyone. How are you today? Who is online? Who is online? Hiya, Masia, Messiah. Hiya. Who is online? I'm just waiting for a couple of people to join us. Ooh, Skin by Cathy. My girl, she's online. General. Oh dear, I always press this Facebook one first. General Haircare. Who is joining me today? Pin. Okay, General Haircare. Did I spell that right? Yes. Hi, Tony. Hi. Hello. Okay, I've got 5 people. I can start now. I did post it. I posted it yesterday, asking for a couple of people if they want to join me in today. Please, if you want to join in, just request. I will add you on, and then you can ask me your question. You can show me your hair free of charge. Oh my God, this is freebie. People pay for this, so they pay for consultation. So if you want to do this, just join me online and just request for the video. I will add you, and then you can show me your hair, and we will talk about it, what you've been doing at home, how you've been looking after it. If there's anything you were doing wrong, I will let you know. Because the reason why I put this out today is because most of us actually think we are doing the right thing at home, which is not bad. Sometimes we do, but most time and sometimes I would suggest that we ask or request for professional advice, especially when it comes to our hair. Most of us, we go on YouTube and get misinformation. There's so much information out there. We get right, we get left. The right is confusing the left is confusing the right. We don't know what we're doing with our hair, and we end up mashing or bashing the hair. So that's why I put this on, that if anybody, because we're going back next week, hopefully they're not going to change it. We're going back to the salon, and once we go back, you will not have the opportunity to ask me this, or you will not have the opportunity to uh show me your hair without paying for it. So if you want to come to the salon and say, oh, you want me to see your hair, or you want me to analyze your hair, if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, you will not have that opportunity. And if you do, you have to come to the salon, and when you come to the salon, you have to pay for it. But today is free of charge, and I'm saying this again. Request for joining in is, I think, is down there. I don't even know how to do it. Please, if you know, just help me put it there. Request to join in, and then I will accept you. Once I accept you, you can then show me your hair, show me the issue you're having with your hair, and talk to me about it. Then I will be able to advise you, just to know if you're doing the right thing at home or not. I'm going to touch one or two things today. Let me start with, it's a general hair care. We're not really talking about one particular thing. We're just going to be jumping from one place to another. Any question, if you have any question regarding your natural hair, relaxed hair, your wig, your weave, your braids, what to do, how to maintain it, ask the question. If you don't want to join me, just write it. I will answer as much as I can today. The first thing I want to touch base on is our hairline. Our hairline, most of us have issue with the hairline. Most of us are not comfortable to leave the hairline out. Because of that, we end up wearing wigs. There is absolutely nothing wrong with wearing wigs, but we need to wear it carefully. Sometimes most of us have this wig cap. Let me touch base on that wig cap. Wig cap. For me personally, I don't agree with the wig cap, and I will tell you why I do not agree with that wig cap. I know most of you think when you have the wig cap, it holds your wig intact so it doesn't uh, fall off. Yeah, it doesn't fall off or it doesn't move. It might be a good idea, but what that wig cap has done to your hairline is putting pressure on your hairline. First, we need to think it's not silk. Because it's not silk, it suck in all the moisture you've got, depending on how long you leave it for. It's sucking all the moisture you've got on your hairline, so you don't have any moisture in your hairline, firstly, which actually then create roughness, and then it just tight your hairline down so tight because you want it firm. So while it's tight, you are not having a good blood flow around here, and because this face is very close to our hairline, and the more you stand, you then start doing that, your hairline will start feeling like part of your face, if you get what I mean. So for you to get a good hair growth, you would not get it, and that is why I'm always particular about your hairline. Don't break it, then start looking for how to fix it, because when you break it, getting it back might be very difficult. Is one of the hair that you can grow your middle hair so quick, but to grow the hairline back is always crazy. You can stay maybe like for years, 2 years, you won't get the hairline as full as you're supposed to. So I always advise people, why breaking it when it's not broken? Why fixing it when it's not broken? So if you've got the hairline, if you know your hairline is good, try and maintain it. And if you're going to wear your wig, make sure your wig is not too tight. I know most of us want our wig to be secure. You don't want the wig to be moving up and down, or you don't want the situation that when you were running or when you're doing any activity, your wig will just fall off. You don't want that. And I totally get that. But if it's too tight, it kind of creates a friction around our edges, and with that, we can lose our hairline. And another thing I know a lot of people were doing is we send a message. Sorry. Um Okay. Another thing that I know that can create problem with our airline is most of us that love to slay edge. You use edge control. Most of my clients, hi super good. Oh my god, I didn't greet everybody today. Sorry, I'm talking too much. Ayomide, super good, Mesan, who else? Ooh, Josie, Peter John, Olayinka. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for joining me. So, as I was saying, another thing is slaying your edges. I know most of us have this natural hair, but we want it to look decent. There is nothing wrong if you really want to slay your edge, but couple of things you need to stay away from is, hi Shola, hi Chinese, thank you for joining me today, babes. Thank you everybody. So another thing you need to run away, I want people to join me, talk to me about your hair. I don't want to do all the talking today. I'm giving everybody opportunity to come to me and talk to me. Show me your hair. If you have, hi Shanice, if you have any issue with how you deal with your hair at home, people pay to get this, and I'm giving an opportunity today for you to join me in here. If you want to call in, call in. If you don't want to call in, maybe you don't want people to see your face, just send the message on comment section, and I will answer it to the best of my knowledge, if you guys understand that. To the best of my knowledge, yeah. Anyway, English is not my language. Hi, Janice. Yeah. So if you want to join me, if you have any hair issue, join me here. Call in, talk to me about your hair. I will advise you. So that is the opportunity I have today. It might not come again. and I don't usually do this. I will just answer the question, but I'm asking you to do a consultation with me free of charge today. Just call in and I will do the consultation with you. You never know, when you and I are talking, we might be touching someone else. We might be talking about someone else here. We might be talking about someone else struggling as well. You never can tell. But I know most of you are doing great at home at the moment. So regarding the slay edges, there's nothing wrong. Hi Lexi, if you want to join me, just call in or send me your question, which is on a general hair care, and you can just put it on the comment section. I will answer you whatever you want to know about your hair. I will answer you to the best of my knowledge. So, as I was saying about slaying edges, there's nothing wrong if you want to slay your edges. If you can afford not to, please do. Don't do it. But if you don't have a choice, you really want to slay your edge, there is absolutely nothing wrong, but your product choice is very important. The first thing is, make sure your product is not gel. And if you then manage to use the gel, the first thing, rather than you just leaving it like that, the first thing you need to do is to wash it out. Make sure you get, if you don't want to wash the whole hair, just get yourself your shampoo, your conditioner, and just wash it off. And immediately you wash it, make sure your moisturizer, you cannot even do without that moisturizer. Make sure you moisturize it, add a little bit of oil. And another way you can actually slay your edge without using gel is use edge control. But there's some edge control, because most of us want this edge to be slayed properly. We use the hard one. I would suggest, let's just use the soft one if you can. Sometimes when you put the edge control, just spray it a little bit with a good holding spray. While your scarf is in, just spray it on top of your scarf. Before you put the silk scarf, make sure you spray it with oil. Put it on top, spray it, and leave it for about 10 minutes. At that time, I'm sure you were doing your makeup. While you were doing your makeup, it's setting. So by the time you finish, just remove the scarf. It should be good enough for you to go out. Another thing you can use is our scalp oil. You can use the scalp oil. I didn't even bring the scalp oil out today. You can use the scalp oil to just smooth your edges. It might not be as slick as you want it, but it will do a good job. Better than you using gel, or better than you using some edge control. Some edge control, they're really good. They hold the hair together, but they create damage, they create friction. So if that actually happened, let's assume that you actually use one of it, like it got to do gel, or got to, did they call it got to, the yellow one, it's got yellow, it's got black. You can use that one as well, but make sure immediately you use it. When you finish whatever you are doing, wash it out. And when you wash it out, make sure you use your edge control, sorry, your moisturizer. What am I talking about? Use your moisturizer. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions. As I said before, you can join me. Does semi-permanent hair dye change the characteristic of your hair? It depends on how it's being made. Shanice, if you were using semi-permanent color is not supposed to enter into your hair cortex and change the structure. It's supposed to enter into your cuticle and stay in your cuticle. It slip out, but it doesn't slip out. It can change it, but not that much. It depends on how it's made, and that's why I emphasized last week about buying box color. If you buy box color and the box color say is semi-permanent, and you put it on your hair for the next 1 year, the semi-permanent is still there. It shows that it's not semi-permanent. It's possible that it's quasi or it's permanent. So you got to be careful. The only color that does not change the structure of your hair, doesn't change the integrity of your hair, is actually crazy color. Crazy color is a coating color. It's supposed to just coat your hair shaft, and that's it. By the time you wash it out, it will slip out the same way. But when it comes to semi do penetrate, and it penetrates into the cuticle and stay there for a while. It will stay maybe after 6 washes, and then it will come out, if that makes sense. So yes, it can change the characteristic of your hair. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, I have a short hairstyle. Mm-hmm. Your natural hair, I guess, and I would like to enhance my curls without using gel. What product would you recommend, please? It depends on your hair texture. If your texture is between 4A, 4B, I would say use Haircare twist and define curls is absolutely amazing. It will define the curls for you, and you can use your finger just to do the curls nicely. It will define the curls for you. And if you put a little bit of our hair oil before you put the, it will just make it absolutely defined when you finish. It's not going to look dry. It doesn't dry out your hair. It doesn't feel any crunchy. It doesn't leave you with residue at all. Where some products that they call define, when you put it, it will leave you with residue within 2-3 days. This doesn't leave you with residue as long as you use it with our hair oil. No residue whatsoever. But you got to be careful. My hair texture is 4C. Okay, if it's 4C, most of us, I want to clear this. Some of us think we have 4C, but it's because the hair is actually dry. That's why we have 4C. Let me give you an example how you get to know if your hair is 4C or not. If you take strands of your hair, right? Oh, I've packed my hair together. Okay, if you take strands of your hair while you were washing it, put conditioner. When you put the conditioner, pull it and see if it spiral up. You will see a bit of curls in it. Once you see that little curl, no matter how little that curl is, then you might be between 4B and 4C. You might not be completely 4C, but when you do that and you can't see any curls without using gel, I'm talking of conditioner, without using gel, just conditioner. If you do that and you can't see any curls whatsoever, or you see the curls but it doesn't even look like curls, it's possible that you're 4C, and it's possible that your hair is dry. If your hair is dry, just make sure you are going in with moisture treatment. I'm not saying, when I'm talking about moisture, I'm not talking about what you do on a daily basis. I'm talking of what actually penetrates into your hair shaft. It will penetrate, lift the cuticle up, enter and stay in there and lock the moisture in. Those are the products I'm talking about, not like our oil. Our oil is to enhance your moisture. It doesn't really give you enough moisture as you need. Without the treatment, you cannot get the moisture, because the treatment is the one that penetrates, and then the one you use every day is the one to just maintain what you've already put, if that makes sense. So as I was saying, use that. On 4C, you can use the twist and define as well, but when you finish using the, just use your hand. You will not get, if you're a proper 4C, you might not get the curls. Gel might be the best option for you for 4C, but again, I don't use gel, so I would rather not try to define my curls at all, if that makes sense. I would rather leave my hair without curls. And if I'm gonna make any curl, it's going to be like my natural curls, which is going to be, I have a picture on my um sorry, can I have the phone so I can show you guys the, I want to go, oh, okay, there's no phone for me to go in. I want to go okay, on Adeline and Beauty. Let me see. No, don't worry. So there is a video, there's a picture there that I said the 4C they don't really tell you about. If you check it out, you will see I actually I wanted to do curls with the hair, but because it's 4C, you can actually see it looks like I just use thread to just do the bottom. They call it puff puff. It actually look like tiny little bit of puff puff. You will see that that is the cause you are going to get. Hair to adore, hair to adorn. So if you understand what I mean, you will not get a proper curls without using the gel. But again, gel on 4C is just gonna dry out your hair. I know some people feel like it doesn't, but it does. What you can actually do is you can use this what is this thing called? Oh god. There's this gel that is not, is alcohol free gel. It's not Eco Styler. Most people use Eco Styler. Eco Styler is not alcohol free. Whatever they write on the this thing, don't believe everything you read. It is. It can actually dry out your hair. There's some gel that is, oh god. If I remember the name, I will get back to you on that. It's actually a seed. You can cook it yourself and make gel out of it. And when you do that, you mix it with a bit of oil before you apply. That might work, but again, on 4C you're not supposed to get much curls out except when you use gel. My daughter hair is typical 4C hair. Okay, just see, it doesn't gain length and it's always dry. What can I do to change this? Okay, you see those 4C hair that are typical 4C. Sometimes I call them 4Z. Sorry, I know some people don't believe in that, but personally, because my daughter is got exactly the same hair, my older daughter, that's why I don't really show off her hair, sorry. So she's got 4ZZ, like the really tight one, but I managed to hit the nail on the head by giving her so much moisture. When I say moisture, there's this buttercream that I'm working on it at the moment. It has worked perfectly for her hair. So what you need to do is, when you are doing moisture treatment, don't focus on putting the moisture on. You have to do treatment that is moisturizing treatment. This will actually penetrate into the hair and give the hair a good elasticity. It will give the hair good elasticity. That's why it's breaking, because it doesn't have that elasticity. And when it doesn't, like, you will see each time you comb the hair, it's crunchy, it's always on the floor. So you might want to pause on protein treatment on her. Just continue to focus on moisture treatment for now, at least for the next 6 months. That might be your goal. And then when it comes to what to top up with, you might want to use shea butter, but the shea butter need to be mixed. That's what I'm working on at the moment. I'm working on a product called we called it, what do we call that product? Buttercream. We call it buttercream. It's really good. I've used it on my daughter that I've got that tight curls, and it worked really well for her. So you might want to use that, but focus more on treatment. So any other question? Oh, flaxseed. Aderonke, God will bless you. Okay, let me go back to my lady hair. Hair to John is called flaxseed. That's it. Buy the flaxseed, the seed itself, so you can make it yourself. When you do it, make sure it's quite thick. You do it properly thick, like gel, and put a little bit of oil. You might use that to define your curls. It's not the best, but it will work a little bit. But again, why trying to define curls on 4C? And if you do that, don't let it be regular. Let it be once in a while. It's not something that you have to continually doing, especially if you're looking for a good hair regimen. I don't really advise, trying to get curls out of, this is what I would do for me. I don't really advise to get coils out of 4C, especially 3B, 4B, 4A, 3C. They are perfect when it comes to trying to get the coils out. A little thing, even if you just use ordinary, what is it called? Not conditioner, aloe vera. If you just use aloe vera gel, definitely your curls will pop out. But when it comes to 4C, you have to use something a bit tense. And sometimes those tense stuff can actually create dryness on your hair. Hey sis, how do I keep my natural twist looking fresh? To keep natural twist looking fresh means you might want to sprit it. I don't really advise you to do it every time, maybe once or twice a week. Mix your sprit with oil, spray it, and then put the oil on top. But when you are going to bed, make sure you wear your silk scarf. Wear your silk scarf at night, when you wake up in the morning, however you put it. Sometimes if you wear bonnet, if you have like twist and you wear bonnet, while you were moving around, the shape of the hair will be different. So but if you sometimes what I do, you will pack the hair, put it at the back, put pin, put the other one at the back, flat it at the back like that. If you want it to look fresh the next day, flat it at the back and then put your silk scarf. When you wake up in the morning, it's exactly like when you wrap your hair at night. You remember when you have your relaxed hair, you wrap it around, it's exactly the same. So if you flatten it like that at the back, and then in the morning when you take out your scarf, just leave it, it will come down again. So just use a bit of our hair oil just to smooth it, but maximum you should carry your your two strand twist is between 2 to 3 weeks. The fourth week is already in a mess, so maybe it's time to take it out. Okay, another question. What is an example of moisture treatment? Name of brand would be good. I have a professional one that I use, which you cannot get outside. You can't get it because it's a professional one. But alternatively, I would say you should use Haircare moisturizing treatment or moisturizing mask, I think. Mr. Fred, can you help me check if we have the moisturizing mask there? Haircare moisturizing mask is really good, hydrating from sheer moisture is quite good as well, hydrating. So use that for now, nothing else. And then use sprit if you can. Use sprit. If you don't want to use sprit, just put a little bit of moisturizing cream and then apply oil to finish it. So you will do that maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, but the wash every 2 weeks, plus the moisturizing treatment every 2 weeks unfailingly. Within 6 months, you will see the difference. And that is for Josie. That's for Josie. Just did you said and I had calls when I stretch, so look like 4B. You see, if you think your hair is looking 4C, and when you pull conditioner, you can actually feel the curls. It means your hair is dry. So you might need to focus. Most of you just think protein is everything. Trust me, protein is not everything. Some of us have protein in our hair. We just need to continue to refill that protein. But what our hair really like is moisture. So you might need to concentrate on moisture, especially when your hair is dry and crunchy. And each time you brush your hair, you notice that your hair is always falling, especially with 4C. We don't keep length. I start keeping length because I was intentionally with my hair in terms of depositing moisture into it. So I do my moisture treatment like every 2 months, and then I will do protein treatment once. So because they said protein is good doesn't mean protein is good for every single one of us. You'd have got 4C, 4Z. Be careful how much protein you put on that hair, because you were supposed to make the hair strong and feel strength basically. But 4C already is already crunchy. So if you continue to protein on the hair, it will get to a stage it won't be able to take it. So each time you brush it, you will just see your hair on the floor. So focus more on moisture than protein. Your protein should be, maybe if you wash your hair every 2 weeks, make sure you do like 3 moisture, 1 protein, 3 moisture, 1 protein. Remember, protein is to fill the gap. It's not really what your hair will actually hold on to or what will sustain your hair, what will give your hair elasticity. It's not. Yeah. Just did you said I had four, yeah, four, yeah, 4B. Okay. Thank you. Is treatment good for black hair? Treatment. Oh, Tresemme. Oh God. Tresemme. I don't know. No. Personally, I've used it. I will use Tresemme on my client weave. That's it. When it comes to natural afro hair, I don't. On a relaxed hair, it might work. And the reason being is because when they were preparing it, there was no much um, nutrients, oil to hold on to natural hair. I would not personally use it. Maybe the shampoo, if you want to try the shampoo, that's fine. But I will use Tresemme on my relaxed hair or on my weave. When it comes to my natural hair, no, I will not use Tresemme on my natural hair. Not their conditioner. Personally, I will not. And again, I hardly use conditioner except if a client comes in and say, I just want wash and blow dry. I always try. That's why our treatment is really, really cheap. I always try and say, just add the treatment on top of it. It's only £10 extra, which you will see the results. So that's what they mean. Whenever you wash your hair, don't stop using treatment. And your treatment, if you have 4C, focus more on moisture than protein. It's like if you've got 4C, think about this. If you've got 4C and you try to use what is this thing called? Keratin treatment, that's it. You will notice that your hair will start breaking instantly. That's why some people say, oh, keratin treatment is not for black people. No, some black people can use it and their hair will be okay. It's only the fact that they have to use so much heat. But if you don't use so much heat on keratin treatment, it's like Olaplex. Olaplex is more like protein. If you use that, some will benefit. Some people will not benefit, which what I've tried with my clients. I've used it on some of the clients that I will never go in there again. And I've used it on some of my clients that their hair loves it. And you keep thinking, oh, why did this hair take this? The hair didn't take this. But when you look at the hair, it's because one is 4C and the other one is maybe like 3B, 3C, 4A, 4B. So they love it because it's protein and it gives the hair strength that the hair doesn't have. When it comes to 4C hair, we've already got strength. So using strength all the time might not be a good idea. Just focus more on your moisture, and the protein is to give it, boost it, boost the strength. It's got the strength, but boost it a little bit because you might have lost your protein in the hair. Boost it a little bit and then put your moisture, let it hold on to it because your hair needs that moisture so bad. It's not just the moisture that you put every day. It's not about applying this every day. It's not about applying the moisturizing cream every day. It's about the treatment. And what the treatment does, the treatment doesn't stay on the surface. The treatment open your cuticle, enter and trap itself in there and give your hair a good elasticity. Yeah. When my hair is out, people think my hair is thick. But when I plait it in a medium section, it look like a small section. Does that mean my hair is dense but not thick? Oh God, I know your hair. I'm trying to picture your hair. I think what another thing that might happen is when your hair is fine, You see the strands of your hair, if it's very fine, but you have density of it, you have plenty of it. So when you leave it out, people would think, oh, your hair is really full. But because this strand, each strand is quite thin, when you plait it, it just go really thin. Because so that might be the reason why. It might be your hair is fine, but the density is a lot. Does that make sense, Shanice? So your hair strand might be fine. Yeah. You might have medium strands, but have a little. And I want to plait the hair. I might be there for ever trying to plait it, because each strand of your hair are quite medium, not thick, but medium. And how do you another thing, how to actually know if your hair is fine or your hair is medium? When you take a strand of your hair, put it behind your palm. If you can see it, it means it's medium. While some of us, if we take one strand of our hair, put it on our palm, you can't see anything. So it means your hair is fine. That's how I check it. I don't know how other people check it. Some people will come out now and say, oh no, this is wrong, that is wrong. There's nothing wrong, there's nothing. As long as you know your hair, just know how to. I've been using this since how many years? Over 20 years now. I've been using that. That's how I get to know if my client hair is fine or thick. You can actually see it. Sometimes when you pick the hair up, you won't even see it at all. It's not physical. When you pick a strand out and it's not physical at all, even you that hold the hair, you can't even tell that you hold any hair. It means your strand is fine. But because you have it a lot in your hair, doesn't mean that your hair is medium strand. It means it's fine, but you have it abundant. It's a lot. I love what you did my hair. I love what you did my hair. Looking forward to my next appointment. I cannot wait, sister. I know you said your husband love it. So thank you so very much. I thank everybody that have been supporting us for a while. We wouldn't be where we are today if not for every single one of you. And that's why I'm taking my time to come here and talk to you guys. So we were talking about edges. So as I was saying about the edges, try as much as you can. Like that flaxseed. Flaxseed is another thing you can use for your edges. Create it yourself. I think they were selling some as well. You can get it. Use it on your edges, and immediately you finish from whatever activity you were doing, come back and wash them out. Because when you don't wash it, you leave it there, then there is a problem. It might create damage. Another thing I want us to touch base on is what we've already said about moisturizing our hair. It's not just about the product that we use. Some people ask me, what do you moisturize your hair with? I can tell you that I'm using conditioning hairdressing cream. I'm using light hairdress. I can tell you that. But is that what really moisturize my hair? Maybe not. I focus more on my treatment. When I say your treatment, some people, they will buy 5 products, but the 5 products are actually doing the same job. I've seen someone that bought um hair repair mask, intensive repair mask, conditioning repair mask, and what other mask? Repair. All these names, you don't understand them. You just buy and buy and buy, and by the time you will pull all this, maybe you use this, you use intensive. Let me just give you an example. You use an intensive mask this week, and then next week you use repair mask, and upper week you use conditioning mask. You are still using the same thing. You are using the same thing. The only way you will get to know is make sure it's either moisturizing mask or hydrating mask. Because it worked for somebody doesn't mean it will work for you. And that is the reason why I always tell people, try and seek professional help. Watching YouTube is fantastic. Listening to people like me talking is fantastic. But am I really saying what your hair really needs? Maybe not. Maybe I'm talking in general, doesn't mean I'm applying it to you. Whom I'm talking about might not even be anywhere near your hair texture, your hair density, your hair character. It might not be anywhere near it. So when it comes to that, seek professional help. If you are the type that wash your hair every day or every 2 weeks at home, at least once every 2 months or once every 3 months, try and visit a salon. I mean, a good salon. I'm not just talking about any salon. Visit them, ask questions, let them analyze your hair for you, let them check your hair. It's not just about the product itself. And again, I've seen people coming to the salon, and this is one thing we all need to bear in mind. When you go to a salon, you did not pay for education. I'm very good at speaking. I'm very good at talking. All my clients know about their hair. I will tell you if something is wrong. I will tell you I think something is wrong. Some people will call me. Somebody called me the other day and said, I think my hair is breaking a lot. And this is somebody that's been doing her hair with me for how many years? I've always emphasized on treatment, treatment, treatment. But they don't listen to me. But she bought one treatment that she was using, which actually allowed the lifespan of that hair to be longer. So if your hair is supposed to last for 3 years and you are the type that's using treatment, it might last for maybe 5 years or 6 years, because there's a lifespan on the hair. When the lifespan is called telogen stage. Telogen stage means resting stage. When your hair gets to that resting stage, it will start shedding. And the hair that is shedding, you are straight shorter for sure. Thank you. When your hair starts shedding, if you are the type that you don't do treatment, it will shed and it will break at the same time. But if you are the type that is prolonging the lifespan of your hair by doing treatment consistently, then when that lifespan comes, what will come out will not be as much as when you don't do it. So our hair starts shedding unnecessarily. And I ask, when was the last time you put treatment? Last year. What do you expect? Of course, it's more like your body. If you don't feed your body what your body need, you might be looking good physically, but internally you might have a bit of damage in there. Most of us, I'm one of them, that don't eat healthy. Don't tell anybody. I hardly eat. God forgive me. Most of us that don't eat healthy, when we're supposed to eat, we don't have. We might be looking good, but physically we look good, internally maybe not. So that's the same thing with your body, the same thing with your hair. Try as much as possible to feed your hair. So when you were feeding your hair the necessary nutrients, your hair, when it gets to that lifespan that it needs to die off, it will not die completely. It will just be one here, there, shedding. Sometimes you will notice you get a lot of shedding more than the other time. Especially, I'm talking for those people that actually do good conditioning treatment, good moisturizing treatment, good protein treatment, that are consistent with their treatment. So when you do all this and your hair get to that resting stage, which is the stage of rest, if your hair start, what did they mean? It means the bubble underneath will open and your hair will come out. So it means your hair has died off. You cannot hold on to that. It's a good thing when that actually happens, because it's creating room for another good strength hair to come out. But when you are the type that you don't give your hair what your hair needs, when it comes out, it will come out in a chunk, and you will see you are losing your hair, but you cannot hold on to it. And most of us, that's when we now remember we need to go to the salon. That's when we remember we need to call a professional. That's why we need a hair coach, because you've neglected the hair to that stage. So why are we neglecting it to get to that stage before we then start looking for uh, um, solution. If you guys understand. So I've got another question. I always use the same deep conditioner. Ooh. Do our hair stop responding to products that we use regularly? I'm not going to say if okay, does our hair okay. I'm not going to say your hair stop responding. The only thing I will say there is your hair get used to it. It got used to it and it becomes normal. If you get to my salon, I don't have one product. I don't have two products. I'm not the type that sign contract with a product company. I don't sign contract with any product company. I will use your product if your product it work for my client. If it's good, you might come next time. People will go, oh, the treatment you did for me last time, can you do it again? I might not be able to do that treatment, depending on what your hair is saying to me. And that's why you need to study your hair. Using the same deep conditioner day in, day out, your hair get used to it. Your hair get comfortable. And that might not be what your hair actually need at that time. So what you need to do is to give your hair needs. If you remember what I said from beginning, if you are here from beginning, I did mention that it's not about protein all the time. That might not be what your hair really needs. Your hair might need moisture. Your hair might need something else. So you need to feed your hair what your hair really needs. People will call me on the phone and say, I'm coming for protein treatment. I will say, okay, no problem. When you get to me, your hair might be dry. I cannot put protein on a hair that is dry. The least I would do is to ask you a couple of questions. And if I realize that you are not the type that do treatment all the time, I might give you 2 in 1. But I will make sure my moisture is way more than my protein. So you need to give your hair what your hair needs. Using the same product all the time is not really a good idea, to be honest. I know some people say because your hair stop responding to it. It's not really your hair stop responding to it. It's because that is not what your hair needs. So when picture this, let's picture this together. Yeah, I like to share knowledge. Think about how each product are formulated. If I'm formulating my product today, I might be focusing on moisture. Everything I will put will be the one to tackle the moisture. And when I do it, there is no all in one. You will see 10 in 1. You will see 5 in 1. I have 5 in 1. I have 6 in 1. I have 12 in 1 as a product. And because it's 12 in 1, when they were formulating that 12 in 1, they're formulating everything that my hair needs. But does my hair need it every time I do the treatment? My hair might need more of moisture than protein. My hair might need protein more than moisture. My hair might need more repair than protein. Do you guys understand? So you got to change your product. Give your hair what your hair needs, and that's why you need to study your hair. That's why you need to know, okay, my hair is breaking this time. Some people, they think once their hair start breaking, it's because it needs protein. No, your hair might be breaking because you've overloaded it with protein. How about that? Your hair might be breaking because it's not having enough moisture. Your hair might be breaking because you've already maybe the style you did has been manipulated too much. Your hair might be breaking maybe because what you actually eat, you've not been having a good balanced diet. You've not been drinking enough water. You've not been eating greens. So your hair is lacking something. But everybody thought once their hair start breaking, it's protein. They will come to me, Adeline, my hair is breaking. Can I have protein? And I'll be looking at the hair. The hair is really dry. So your hair doesn't need protein because it's dry. So if we can really bear this in mind, I alternate between moisture and protein. It's not about alternating. I know sometimes I tell some of my clients, use moisture this time, use protein next time. No, it's what your hair needs. Don't Don't alternate it. Study your hair. Know what your hair needs. If you think your hair is dry, you might want to go in with moisture. If you think your hair is dry, and at the same time, when you feel it, when you feel your hair, you don't have a good elasticity, you might need both. When you feel your hair, it's really, it's really difficult. It's more like telling doctor to tell you why they think you have headache, unless the doctor have to do some series of tests before they know. You might be having a headache and think, oh, it's because I didn't sleep properly, and then you slept for 30 hours, still you're still having a headache. It's possible that because you were dehydrated, that's why you are having that headache. Do you guys understand? So it's possible that maybe because you're alternating it, the protein you've put in your hair is too much. You need moisture. I think I'm talking too much. Oh, you might have given me permission to go back to my product junkie days. No, 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 no. Blue Robins, no, don't go back there. It's just you need 2 or 3 products, and that's it. Your moisture treatment, your protein treatment, your repair mask. And sometimes the good thing about repair mask, all right, thank you. The good thing about repair mask is the 2-in-1. But when they were formulating that 2-in-1, which one did they put most? Did they put more of moisture, less of protein, or did they put equal amount of both? But if it's equal amount, let me just give you a quick example because my time is gone. If it's a quick, if oh gosh, if it's the same amount of both, let's say 1 gram of protein, 1 gram of moisture, the two, your hair might be getting too much of the protein. So you might need to go in more with moisture. So you might just need to tweak it, not by buying too much product, but just make sure you buy what your hair needs. And your daily moisturizer as well, don't forget that. Your daily moisturizer, your oil sealant, make sure all is intact. And sometimes one of my clients actually said, I hair did really well with spritz. When you spritz your hair with bottle and oil. So I gave her our hair oil to put in her water, and she spritz it every day. She said her hair did really well for that month. So that might work for you, because I always say, personally, I don't like spritzing my hair, and the reason for that is because I believe my hair gets fragile more when it's wet. So for me to spritz it every day, it means my hair is in a fragile stage. So rather than me doing that, I make sure my moisturizer actually have water base. So it will give me the water that I'm looking for, but not like too much water that my hair is dripping. So I just put the product is water based. Once I put it lift my cuticle, enable me to put my oil and seal it. Yeah. Can you recommend a good daily moisturizer, please? I use Haircare. You can use Haircare. Actually Equa as well. Equa botanical moisturizer, that is good as well. Leave-in moisturizer, she call it. Yeah, that is good. Haircare, it's either you get nighttime treatment, they call it overnight treatment. That is really good as well for moisturizer. Haircare overnight treatment. Some people think it's only for the for relaxed hair. No, you can use it on your hair because it's water based. And when you finish using it on your hair, then you put the oil to seal it. And our oil is got 15 different oil. I'm telling you, 15 different oil that are good for our hair. We put it together and put it here. I use it to seal my hair. Since I've been using it, my hair is thanking me. I don't get crunches on the floor anymore. Yeah. And they just remind me, Black Friday, we're doing 20% off from the 23rd of November till end of this month. So please, if you're looking for discount products, go on our website, 28 Magical. You can get that for your daily moisturizing. Trust me, since my hair is 4C, and since I've been using this mostly before when I comb my hair, despite the fact that I put moisturizer, let me tell you how that works. When you put moisturizer in your hair, it's fantastic. But for it to slip out is very easy. So the moisturizer, even when you put spritz on your hair, just the water, and you think you are moisturizing the hair, is good. But once the water evaporated, it makes your hair even drier. Believe it or not. So when you spritz your hair, you can top it up with the oil. It will seal it. It will moisturize it. At the same time, it will seal it. So if you want to get your 20% off from the 23rd, which is on, what's today's date? Oh, from tomorrow. Woohoo! I'm the one doing promotion. I'm the one that don't know the date. So from tomorrow, you can get it on our website, www.28magicoil.co.uk. You can get it there, 20% off. So you do not want to joke with this. Okay, as I was saying, where was I? I was answering my lady. So yeah, get the Equa Botanical living moisturizer. You can get overnight treatment by Haircare. You can get hairdressing, conditioning hairdress by Haircare. You can get light hairdress by Afam Care. Those moisturizer have been saving my life, plus the oil. So that's all I use. Any other question before we sign out? Any other question? Quick one, quick one. Nobody joined me today. That's a shame. I thought people would join me, but people were just asking questions. My clients, they are so shy. They don't like being on limelight like me, you know. Me, I like to be here. Any other question before we sign out? Ooh, okay. We've only got how many minutes left? 1 minute left. So, any other person? Question? Oh my God! Oh, we're going. Oh my God, Chichi, we're about to sign out. We're about to sign out. Oh, you just joined. Hi, Chichi. Quick question, quick, before they sign out. I'm so happy about this count. Yep, yeah. 20% off. 20% off from tomorrow. Hi, Chichi. Do you want to write the question? If Instagram write us, if Instagram check us out, you can just send me the question. I will be happy to answer it. But it's always fun to have it here. I think we will do the same thing next week. Sorry, Chichi, you're unable to connect with us. Okay, so from next week, tell your family, tell your sister, tell your friend to ask me question. I will give this opportunity again next week, Sunday at 6 p.m. And that might be our last live for this year, because we're going into December and we're going to be super, super busy. So I might not be able to come to live. Hi, Sanika, how are you, babes? Good to see you. I see you, babes. You're doing really well. Keep it up. So I will be here next week, Sunday. If you want to join me, if you want to ask me questions from 6 p.m., ask me anything. Join me, show me your hair. Come for consultation. It's all free. I charge £20 for my consultation, and I'm giving it out for free of charge. Good, honey. Good to know, Sonika. So if you want to join me in here, tell your family, tell your friend, and I will be here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And I really appreciate every single one of you that are following me, that are joining me here. And I actually have 2 more minutes to go. Any more question? Any more question before we log out? Any more question? Let me just answer one more question. Just one more. We have 2 minutes to go, and I will be happy. Don't forget, 20% off. Thank you, sis. Thank you, Aderonke. And oh yes, we started booking from tomorrow. If you want to book your appointment, first come, first serve. We don't know how long this is gonna last for. Question. Somebody put question. Thank you. Chichi, next week I will be here. You can join me next week and I will be happy to answer all your hair questions. Anything that's got to do with your hair. You want to take pen and paper now, write it down. Show me your hair. It's a free consultation. Tell your family, tell your friend, free of charge. You join me live. Just show me your hair, show me the problem, show me if you have patches, what happened. We talk about it, ask you some question, and then what is your next stage you are heading for in your hairdressing career? Oh, ooh, that's a nice one. Listen, Sonic, I'm not that young anymore, you know. I'm not too sure. Ah, I love what I'm doing. I love being hairdressing. I want to create education. So definitely I'm going to education part of it. And do you know why? Because I talk too much. So I will start teaching people on their hair care. And it's not just, it's not just about natural hair. It's about general hair. Whether your hair is relaxed or your hair is braided, or how to just, get on with your hair or want to be a professional. Yeah, that's my next move, babes. I've done a couple of courses here and there, so I'm heading towards that. Because doing this, my dear, age don't they come, oh. When I say this, people are like, "How old are you now? When you the make and sound like you're an old woman." Not there yet, but very soon. Well, yeah, definitely, 100%. Teaching will be my next move. Oh, thank you, sister. I'm sweet 16, you know. Some of you are my age mate, so you know. This one I'm saying that age is no longer in my size. Some of you were age mates. Some of you are even older than me. I promise you. But I think walk. Don't make me old. Anyway, I think the fun is over. Instagram is checking us. You are still young, go. Yes, so my sister, I'm just 16. Oh, I just saw 16 yesterday. You see, Fro, Shine. Thank you, Mr. Fred. Thank you, everyone. I really love every single one of you. It's really good to have fun here, rather than talking about hair. Let's have fun. Next week, I'll be here. Join me live next week. The same time, 6:30. Thanks, everyone. See you guys later. Bye. What it is. Eh? See. We haven't end Facebook.
Oh no.
We're doing love.